Nigel Short had a quote: "The only reason the King's Gambit is playable is because Black has about 10 good lines, but he can play only one at a time and he eventually lose on time. Today we'll show how legendary Bobby Fischer uses the King's Gambit. First 4 games are against human opponents and last one is against the computer. Prepare to be inspired, learn from the best and witness the magic of Bobby Fischer's as we unveil his games 50 plus years ago." Before the games, I just want to congratulate to Hikaru Nakamura because he got married a couple of days ago. I don't want to pronounce his wife's name, I don't want to try, but I see that she got 10,000 followers on Instagram when this article on chess.com was written a couple of days ago, but today she has almost 20,000 followers, so that is Hikaru effect. Let's see the games. He plays e4, e5, f4, and whole idea of the King Gambit is that he wants to open up the file, f-file, to attack the enemy king, play his bishop on the bishop to c4, and attack the enemy king on weak square on f7. His opponent plays f6, which is bad move. You usually want to open up the bishop, not your king, for future attacks. Anyway, Fischer played fe5, then we have knight to c6, we have d4 just strengthening the center, we have bishop to e7, and we have ef6. Best move in this position is to take with the knight to cover this diagonal for potential attack, but here his opponent play gf6, and that is just losing on the spot because this diagonal is open, and Fischer immediately grabbed it. We have king to f8 and we have bishop to c4. It is immediate threat on the mate on f7. So Black haven't got a good way to deal with. He could play this line, but it will cost many material. Bishop to b4. We have c3, d5, bishop to d5. Queen to e8 just to stop the checkmate, but we have queen exchange, and after a couple of moves Fischer would be up too much material, 1 piece and 2 pawns. So his opponent didn't want to go into this line, and we have instead queen to e8 just to offer the exchange of the queens, but of course Fischer saw that he have mate, and in this position his opponent resigned because we have this crisscross applesauce mate to the black king. Our next game is from the Simul from the same year. Fischer was white and he opened the game with e4. We have e5, f4, the King's Gambit. Then we have f5. It is Pendilaki's counter gambit. His opponent basically copycat Fischer because Fischer was a genius, but it is a bad opening. We have ef5, then we have d6. Just open up the light square bishop, but we have queen to h5 to attack the king. We have king to d7, we have fe5, just grab the central pawn, we have de5, and we have knight to f3, just to attack the central pawn. We have queen to f6, just to defend this pawn, but the best in this position was to play to king to e8 just to offer the exchange. Anyway, we have queen to f6, then we have knight to c3, just the developing move. We have knight to e7, just developing the black knight. We have knight to e4, just to attack the black's queen, and we have king to f5 to just grab the free pawn. But we have knight to e5, and we give check to the black king. Black king could go back, but that just would run to the fork, to the king and to the rook, and after the exchange of the queens we will just pick up the black rook. So we have king to e6 instead. We have bishop to c4 check, and we black just pick up this central knight, and Fischer just play d4, offer some more material for the quick development. We have king to d4, we have bishop to e3 check, just offering to black to go further into the white territory to deliver checkmate. And like you see, all both of the white bishops are for the grabs, but it is too dangerous, and black is already winning. But he didn't want to accept either the two bishops, either the knight, because we have this move. So he played king to e5, just try to go back. But we have check to the bishop to f4. We have king to d4. We have long castle by Fischer, and we have king to e4, and many of us would just play bishop to d3 and pick up this queen, but Fischer saw the checkmate and he didn't want his opponent to suffer, and he delivered checkmate on queen to f3. The game is from the same year against the William Newman. Fischer opened game with e4, then we have e5. It is King's Gambit again, and we will see how Fischer finished the game in 16 moves. It's the name of this game, Sweet 16. We have f4, which is the best move to accept this King Gambit, and we have bishop to c4. Here black have some option, which is to d5, which is to knight to f6, and which is to give check to h4. And today most popular line is to give check with h4, king goes to do f1, and he loses the castling rights, and yes, he can chase the queen with tempo with his knight, but engines prefer this line for the black, and it is one of the reasons why today King's Gambit is not so popular. In our game we have d5, which is one of the moves. Then we have bishop to d5, we have knight to f6, just attack this knight. We have knight to c3, defend this central bishop. We have bishop to b4, just attacking this c3 bishop, and we have bishop to f3. We have short castle for black, we have short castle for white, and we have bishop to c3 from the black. We have dc3 from the Fischer, and he opened this diagonal for his bishop to grab this f4 pawn. And black is already late in the development, so we'll see what happened. We have c6 by Fischer opponent, and Fischer goes to the c4 with his bishop. We have queen to b6 check. When Fischer offers you queen trade, you will do it, because basically you will at least prolong the game for a couple of moves. But here opponent was lacking development, and he chose not to exchange queens. Instead we have queen to b6 check, we have king to h1, and we have knight to e4. Like we said, black is down in development, and it is not the best move to go to the pawn grabbing when you are down to the development. We have king to e1, just attack this knight. We have rook to e8, he defends this knight, and we have bishop to f4, just grabbing this pawn, and all of the white's pieces are ready for action. This file is open, we have bishop ready for attack, and black is not developed. We have knight to d6, just attack this queen and attack this bishop. But Fischer saw that he is much up in development, and he just decided to lose his queen. He played bishop to d6, we have rook to e8 to e1, and we have rook to e1. And now black just play bishop to d7, just defend the checkmate threat with the rook, and we have knight to g5, just attack the f7 pawn, and just now black developed this this knight, but it is too little too late, because we have rook to f7, and in this position Fischer opponent resigned the game. He had enough, and there is 4 checkmate in 7. We will see what is that checkmate. Here is direct fed rook to f8, direct checkmate, because it is double check to the king. It will be checkmate. So black king goes to the corner. We have bishop to e5, just threat to take this g7 pawn, and black have no good options. His the best options to give up the material to prolong the game, but we'll just ignore this queen. We'll play bishop to g7. We have king to g8. We have rook to d7 check. Then we have queen to f7 block, and we have rook to f7. Then we have knight to b4. We'll just take this knight, and we have rook to f8, and we'll finish in style with rook to e8, because when black accept this sacrifice, we'll play rook to e7 checkmate. Next game is against the little stronger opponents. It's against the Grandmaster from Yugoslavia in '68. It is the country that don't longer exist, my ex-country. Game starts with e4, e5, f4, King's Gambit. We have ef4 by Minic. We have bishop to c4, knight to e7. That is not the most popular line, but it's playable. We have developing knight and preparing for the push in the center. We have knight f3, d5, just kick away this bishop. Bishop will go back. We have exchange in the center, and now we have knight to d5. We have queen to e2, threatening all kind of discoveries, threatening checkmate actually if black is not careful. We have bishop to bishop cover. We have c4. Knight goes back. We have d4. And short castle by black. Fischer pick up this f pawn. Then we have knight to e6, bishop to e3, and we have check with the bishop on b4. And now king would artificial castle, and we have knight to d7, c5. Just put this bishop in jail. Knight to f6, offer the exchange of the knights, and Fischer don't want to allow all kind of checks, so he exchanges knight, and after that he plays rook to f1. He prepared to artificial castle. We have knight to f4 and exchange pieces. Queen goes back. We have king to g1, artificial castle. Bishop to h3, attack this bishop, and Fischer just ignore it. Knight to e5, and he sacrificed the rook, but he have a strong attack. He attacked this f7 3 times, and it only defended 2 times, and Minic don't have a good way to deal with it. We have bishop to d2. He just wanna exchange the queens because he's up material, but Fischer stops it with the rook to f3, rook a to d8, and after knight to f7 we have the fork, and we have rook to f7. Fischer finished the game in style with queen to e7. Minic resigned here because if he tries to defend his rook, he will be checkmated in a couple of moves. And actually computer gives that black should start sacrificing material to stay in the game, but it's anyway it's complete winning by white. Our last game is against the computer. Fischer didn't play much chess after the 72, so this is the year 77, so let's check up the game. We have King's Gambit on the board, accept variation, and we have d5. Fischer later said that this d5 move is proof that computer have installed some sort of theory. So Fischer grabbed this pawn. We have knight to f6, we have knight to c3, bishop to b4, and developing the white knight. Short castle by black, short castle by Fischer, and we have exchange in the center. Fischer attack this bishop on b4, bishop will go back, and we have d4, just grabbing the full center. We have g5. Computer was aggressive at this point, but Fischer just sacrificed this knight, and computer Mac accepts it. We have e5 now, and we have threat checkmate on g2. Fischer stops it, and here computer decide to give back the extra material, but and then attack this knight. But it is Fischer get too much initiative here. He attack this queen goes back, then he gives check. We must go to the corner, and Fischer plays queen to h5. He threatened this, to take this rook and to take this bishop, and the computer can save only one. So computer chooses to play rook to d8, and Fischer plays queen to h3, just pick up the bishop. We have a knight to a6, developing move, but it's too little too late. Fischer plays rook to f3, just go to attack with his rook, and then computer plays queen to g6. We have rook to c1. It is a defensive and offensive move, because Fischer defends this pawn, but this queen is having good any squares to go, and after attack she will be taken. So computer don't have resign button, so he plays king to g7, we have rook to g3, and after rook to h8 we have a checkmate on the board with queen to h6, because this queen cannot be taken because of the pin, so it is the checkmate. And Fischer after the game said that he can easily give odds to the computer, and he evaluates his strengths about 2100. That was some examples how Fischer plays King's Gambit. If you like this video, you can subscribe to my channel for more content like this. See you next video, bye.